It's a fast food restaurant that strives to bring a healthy alternative to the fast food world. Their mission statement, Food with Integrity, showcases their goal is to make sure that they are only bringing the best food possible to the table, and that they are always striving to improve the food that we eat. Chipotle accomplishes their goals in many ways, by creating a healthy workplace environment and treating the employees well, being engaged in the community and the farmers who provide produce to the stores, creating with an educational experience, and always striving to empower their customers and employees. The company works the idea of pace into their everyday processes and goals. Chipotle's strategy for diversifying the market in both their employees and customers is simple: be honest and be empowering. Chipotle strives to be honest with their customers. The way they do this is by creating an open concept in their stores. When a customer walks into a store, they can see the chicken being cooked on the grill or whole onions that have yet to be chopped and cooked, reestablishing the idea that all of their food is fresh. Also, every ingredient is laid out in front of the customer, and they can pick and choose exactly what they want in their burrito and how much of it they want. Options such as double chicken or plain rice without the cilantro establishes the fact of the customer being the one in charge. This empowering method allows Chipotle to reach out to all types of customers, from the older women who may not want as much rice in their bowl to teenagers who want a large amount of food at a reasonable price. Chipotle also strives to empower their employees. They hire outgoing and friendly people who will work hard and make sure their customer is happy. They also provide them with benefits and competitive pay. The reason Chipotle does this is to create a workforce that is happy to be at their job. When Chipotle hires people based on if they are outgoing and friendly, rather than their background, they attract employees from many different paths of life. This helps to create a diverse culture in Chipotle. These people are now able to work well with others even if they do not come from the same area or culture. Chipotle successfully establishes themselves as a diverse company who can cater to anyone's needs. Their entire restaurant is authentic, which Forbes magazine says is one of the keys to creating diversity. Chipotle is a food chain that has struggled these last couple of years as food safety has become a huge concern. Customers started to get sick after eating poultry from Chipotle, as many suspected it wasn't undercooked. That was determined not to be the problem as the studies proved it. It was considered an E. coli breakout. Over the last couple of years, Chipotle has lost a lot of its customers, but slowly they are regaining a good amount of them. Their sales this year were down pretty far at $4.18 billion compared to last year's $4.5 billion, according to Fortune.com. But Fortune.com also says that the Wall Street expects Chipotle to hit a rise in 2017 of $5 billion. Chipotle is a company that doesn't require education to be able to work for them at one of their restaurants, but they do require some common knowledge. To be able to walk the front line of Chipotle, you're required to go through a training process to learn how to properly make a meal within their standards. The cooks are also required to be trained on how to properly cook meat and poultry to a well-done standard to help limit the chances of the customers getting sick. Chipotle is proud of their ongoing communication with the community around them. Since 2013, Chipotle has become the first national restaurant chain to voluntarily disclose the presence of GMOs in their food. Since 2015, they have been serving food made only with non-GMO ingredients. This is a big part of Chipotle's business model and a big reason as to why they are so successful. One part of Chipotle's community involvement is their local grow initiative. Chipotle buys fresh local produce from small farmers around this country. Just last year, they sold more than 30 million pounds of produce, including lettuce, bell peppers, red onions, avocados, and more. Since the food safety scare that Chipotle has been dealing with for several years now, they have a massive food safety program. A lot of the small farmers that they buy from do not have the means to meet all of these food safety precautions. Chipotle has a fund to help these small and medium-sized farmers with the financial restrictions that are attached to their food safety standards. This is one way that Chipotle gets involved with the local communities all over the country. Chipotle's success comes from their unique perspective on the ways they handle customers, employees, and food. Since Chipotle has put in place high standards since their conception in 1993, the restaurant has been making an impact nationally. Though recent scares of E. coli have stagnated their sales, Chipotle continues to dominate in the market and is constantly making strides to improve their product and the customer experience. We can see that a huge part of their success comes from involving their company in the PACE format. Whether this was intentional on behalf of Chipotle, it is an extremely effective strategy for creating a successful and impactful business.